Okay, here comes the story. Pretty long story. The miracle of August 31st, 2024. It goes back. It's got some history. In June of 2023, I was driving around in a great big VW diesel bus, nice long one. Used it for everything. I've been driving buses for forever. Um, anyway, I very content and very happy with this bus that I could do any and everything with camp and take stuff to the dump in Sorgan. I could help people move. It was a great tool for me and helped me to share with others this tool of my bus. And coming back from my daughters, I was almost totally out of fuel, and I pulled into the tank gas station. Call them tankstellas here. And I proceeded to fill this bad boy up. It's a 90-liter tank. And I think I needed to put in about 88 and a half liters. And it's about 150 meters from that place to this place. And I got up here, I turned left into the driveway, and before I could turn into the house, it stalled. And I got it restarted, and I got it up in this place where I often park it, not permanently, temporarily, and turned off the engine. Tried to restart it, would not restart. Would not start, wouldn't start. And so I thought, what in the fuck? What happened? And I thought, ooh. I have not tanked up at that place for a long time. That's the first time I had tanked up down there for a long time. I don't know, maybe a year. And so I jumped on my bicycle. I went down there and I saw that I filled my diesel up with regular gasoline. And did they change the pumps? Probably not. But anyway, didn't matter. I put regular fuel in my diesel. And so now I started going online, started contacting people I know who work on cars and engines, and they know this. It's not the first time. I'm not the first guy on the planet to do this. I may be the first guy on the planet to put 89 liters of the stuff in a 90-liter tank, but anyway. I did not get good stories. Yeah, it's no good, or it's going to cost you 4,000 Swiss francs, which are pretty close to dollars, to fix it. I don't have that kind of money to fix my bus. I don't. And it needed to also go through a vehicle control very soon, so there was going to need to be some work to get this thing passed through the vehicle control. So I took a little bit of money I had saved. I bought a second vehicle, and I thought, I'll figure out this bus when I figure out this bus. I got to let go. I've got to be at peace with what I've done. I have to accept this situation. And got a little car, and I've enjoyed that little car so much. I never would have bought a car for me like this. It's a 2004 Opel Signum, and without going into too many details, it was Opel trying to make a Cadillac. And it's got everything. It's got the mirrors move and the seats heat, and it's got a big powerful engine in it. I drive to Katjes in Germany every 5 or 6 weeks, and I scared myself. I had it up to 185, 190 kilometers per hour, and I stepped down on the accelerator, and it's still, I don't know how fast that car will go. I haven't had a car that fast since I was probably a teenager. But anyway, yeah, it was a great little car. So it didn't push me to do anything about my bus. And also, you could fold down the seats in the back of the car, and I could still do my stuff. It's not like I couldn't continue to do cleaning jobs or helping other people move, or it was still, yeah, it was a cool little car. But anyway, I've got this thing sitting out behind my back door, and every time I walk from my back door to the garage, where I have my training room or a lot of my tools, it's like, yeah, I'm talking to her. I call it her. And tell her I'm sorry. I'm really sorry that I did that. And I don't know what the solution looks like, but I will at some point begin to do something to change. But I walked by her in the last 1 year and 3 months. That's been about how long ago that was. I don't know, hundreds of times. But every time I walked by her, I would touch her, I would tell her I'm sorry, I would say that, yeah, I'll do what I can when I can. One of my beliefs is that, I will know what I need to know when I need to know it. And I had all of these scary stories in my head, and I needed to just be at peace and wait for an inner guidance to kind of say what to do next. And then it came the process. Okay, so we have to get all of that fuel out of the tank. So I'm trying this and trying that, and I'm finding lots of different ways. And then finally, I find this electric pump when I'm up at Koch's in Germany, and so I pump the tank clean. I have to take the seats out. The fuel pump is underneath the seats. So I have to take these big monster seats out of the front of my bus, and I have to take out the fuel pump, which is directly inside of the tank, and then get in that, with my arms and sticks and rags, and just wipe this thing out totally clean. And one of the people told me that I needed to get a new fuel pump. And so when I was in Germany, because I can get things cheaper in Germany, I got a new fuel pump. And I found out later that, there's like 2 fuel pumps in this thing. And you need to clean out this and that. And, that's why it costs 3,000 Swiss francs to get these things back on the road. It's like, but I got a fuel pump. and I have this tank that's empty, and it just sits there, and it's sitting there, and I keep walking by it and talking to it and accepting me and the situation. And then the neighbors said something a few months ago. They would really like to have this bus out because it's parked between our 2 houses. And I can understand that. It's not nice for them to look out their back window and to see this big white monster out there growing stuff from being outside so long. And it's getting green. It's a white van that was getting green from mold, and this stuff was falling off of the roof and growing on the top of the bus, and it's like, yeah, okay. And I told her, it would be a few months, and I guarantee something will be different. And it's like, but I didn't know what that looked like. Had no clue. And then they came up with another appropriate push. Their daughter and her partner are moving in to the neighborhood, and they need a place to put their bus until they find a good parking place, and they want to use it there, and they would like it that my bus is out of there before these people move in. And so that comes. Here it comes. There's a date now, and the date is like in 3 weeks from now. And I told him, okay, Koch is coming. She'll be here for the summer. We will do something. Well, Koch has been here for 5 weeks, and yesterday, one thing I did a few days ago is I got some diesel, and I got 25 liters of diesel, and so I got some fuel here for it, and I charged the battery. Started doing that a few days ago. Put a charge on the battery, and put a fuel in, and then got the new fuel pump, and the electrical connections are not the same. They're not the same. Does not work. New fuel pump does not fit. So it's like, okay, put in the old fuel pump. And so I have a hell of a time getting this fuel pump in. I had forgotten exactly which part goes in when, but anyway, after an hour, and it was hot. It was really hot. It was probably 85, 90 degrees out there in that bus, and the sweat's just pouring, and I'm trying to figure out how to get this pump back into the tank and this big, thick O-ring in its place. Anyway, I got it. I did it. And so I tried to test to see if there was fuel moving in and out of the pump, and I couldn't get a test. I couldn't get any fuel to move through the pump. And I just said, well, fuck it, So I stuck the fuel lines on, the in line and out line. And so I don't have the seats in there. I put the key in. Yeah, I know that sound. I've been there before. And so, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 times like that. And then, what's that? What's that sound? So, okay. I used to work on cars years ago when they weren't so complicated and so high-tech. But I do know that when there is sometimes fuel problems, that you have to just keep that starter just cranking away, and while the engine is trying to start, and it's just, and so anyway, me and this car, this bus, we stayed with it. And the black smoke that poured out of the back of this bus. And I just stayed with it, and it's trying to start, and then boom, the fucker started. And I said, amazing, fucking amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. I was so touched. I was really touched, like to tears, because it's not that I had this deep desire to have my bus back, although at some level I think I did, and I don't know that I have it back. I still may sell it on now. I still have a process. I still have to get it out from behind the house and find a parking place for it. But I believe that's the easy part. But that I may be crazy, but no, that's not true. I am crazy. I'm fucking crazy. But I talk to inanimate objects. I talk to my bus. If I drop something on the ground, I tell it I'm sorry. If I bump into it, I say I'm sorry. If I break it, I say I'm sorry. People are creating these things, and they're investing time and energy in it, whether it's mass produced or not. It's like, yeah, I can be respectful to everything, and I can be grateful for everything. And so, anyway, it ran, and it ran, and I just let it run for quite a while, and then I hit the accelerator, and I mean, it sounds great. I couldn't take it out for a drive. I didn't move it. You'll see that in an upcoming video. And in the moving of it, I was sitting on a bucket because the seats weren't in yet, and so I popped the clutch out a little bit too quick, and it jumped forward and it died, and it's like, oh God, I hope it restarts, and it started right up again. So anyway, what an amazing thing for me, and then it was really so dirty and slimy and green, and so Katya and I got out there and we just cleaned the hell out of the outside of it. It looks great. I don't know what to do, but now I have a running bus, and for me, a book that I'm kind of familiar with called A Course in Miracles is it says that there are no gradations of miracles. Miracles are always. If you're not experiencing them, it's because of your lack of awareness, and that there are no big miracles and little miracles, And I experience the miracles of life many, many, many times a day. But I could see how emotionally invested I was in that process, and how this thing was just kind of back there. And I needed to work at my peace in relationship to that situation. It was there in my face every time I walked out the back door, every time I saw my neighbors, every time I thought of what are my neighbors thinking. I had to do my work and come back to acceptance and come back to peace, and then go to my neighbors and say, hey, I'm really sorry that this thing is still the way that it is. I'm sorry you have to look at it every day. And I don't know exactly how to fix it. But thank you for your patience and your understanding, which they have just given me so much. And so there it is. A miracle of 29 August 2024, the day before my birthday. And so now I'll tack on some other videos about that process, and post a few pictures. And yeah, and it's my birthday. So that was a great pre-birthday gift, and today has been a great birthday gift. And tomorrow I will have a day after birthday gift, and that will go on every day for the rest of my life. Pow.
Yay!
It says if my brake is on, and I don't know if it's on. Oh no.
And brake?
So now does she restart?
Oh, that's a good question, woman. Oops. Wow!
Am I up as far as I was before?
10 centimeters till that curb.
So I was up farther.
I don't know.